Hey guys, it's 101R Smith, and we are back with yet another review. Today we are going to be taking a look at the real grade Gundam 00 Riser from Gundam 00, and my personal second favorite Gundam of all time. This is kind of the continuation of me reviewing and looking at the real grade line for this year in 2020, and from what I'm hearing, the 00 Riser has a bit of a mixed bag. I've heard things from it's amazing to it's unstable to it's unposable to the best version of 00 that you can get on the market. Now, I've built the master grade, the high grade, and the perfect grade. So far in the totem pole, master grade 1, perfect grade 2, high grade 3. So, out of the 3 readily available standard versions of the 00 that is available, that's kind of where my ranking is. So it's pretty interesting to see where this stacks up against the 00 Gundam kits that we can get. So anyway, let's open up the box and see what we have here. All built up, and now we have 00 Gundam minus the Riser. And I'll say this is definitely aesthetically looking the best version of 00 that I've ever seen. I've never seen the GN clear bits just pop off so well. The proportions are perfection. The color choice is mostly good, though I will say it's somewhat surprising that we don't see 2 tones of blue. It's just 2 tones of white. But hey, beggars can't be choosers. And overall, I just love the sleek aesthetic. Some people might say Exia is better, some people might say 00 Quanta. 00 Riser earns top 2 in my top 5 Gundams for a reason. This thing looks great, and the real grade is such an immaculate representation of the kid. Now, while it looks great, we gotta see how it poses, so we're gonna take a quick trip and take a look at some of its articulation. Like always, we start with the head. The head has a double jointed neck and can go 360 degrees no problem. But you might want to be a little bit mindful of the ears and even the very fin. They have a habit of popping off. The shoulder is on its own swivel, and both the arm can go out pretty far. And once you get rid of the twin drive system, you can get the arm to go 360 degrees no problem as well. There's a double jointed elbow. You're going to get a nice little swivel by the bicep as well. As always, you're going to get that triple jointed 00 kind of wrist and can go 360 degrees. The legs can split out pretty far, and you're going to get a decent amount of angle articulation. It's okay, but I have noticed since built it has softened up a bit. One thing about 00 Gundam is that it comes with a plethora of accessories to play with, so you're going to have a lot at your hands and at your disposal, and each one is pretty interesting. First up, we're going to have the GN Sword 2. It's perfectly recreated for real grade design, but I will note, however, that the clear blue has to be painted on your own. It's giving you clear, which was also a thing in the perfect grade. Kind of annoying. They hold up pretty well. You're going to want to use the post hands instead of the real grade hands to hold up the GN Sword 2. It works out a lot better than you would think, and also it works so steadily with the kind of post hands instead of the articulate hands. Not to mention that you're also going to be able to hold up the rifle as well. One other cool thing is that the 00 Gundam comes with a nice little beam effect set for the GN Swords too, so you're going to get some wide dynamic posing once you get it up on an action base. Next up, you're going to get, in my mind, the 2 most important accessories to 00, the O-Riser and the GN Sword 3. And I gotta say that the O-Riser has a ton of detail for something this small. It's actually pretty impressive when you think about it. It looks like the Master Grade O-Riser scaled down. I have no complaints on the looks by itself. Now, when you connect it, here's where it's the backbreaker of the kit. While the GN Sword 3, you can get some cross dynamic posing, this kit is dead without an action base. It's one of the more mandatory kits. While the O-Riser on the back does kind of act like a third leg, you're not going to get a lot out of it on the ground. However, with the effect part for GN Sword 3, I will note there aren't too many weight issues that have in this kit. It's kind of like the Master Grade in that regard, in that if you pose it just right, you can get the GN Sword 3 at full extension, but not across. So it's kind of an Achilles heel with weight distribution. Here we are at the end, and I gotta say that this kit, it's a mixed bag. Here's why. Aesthetically speaking, minus the clear blue parts for the GN Sword 2, Real Grade 00 Riser rocks when it comes to look. This is a perfect representation of 00 if you're just counting by looks. Everything else, well, that's when you start to have a bit of a problem. Accessories are great, you get a ton of amount of them. However, posability is just dead. By the end of this review, I could barely pose the thing without an action base. And unfortunately, the store that I had was out. This is a kit where you need an action base from the jump. You cannot do anything much. You cannot do much of anything on the ground. The other thing was, due to all the weird weight distribution from the O Riser set, the inner frame of the 00 Riser just kind of fell apart. It's become so much looser since the beginning of the build. It's another problem that I have with the Strike Gundam, and it continues here. I know Mecha Kaiketsu refers to this as early real grade syndrome. The syndrome is real here in that it just is gonna fall apart on you, so you absolutely need an action base. And even then, I still think there would be some weird loosening up of the joints and stuff over time. Overall, I still think it's a good kit. I didn't pay no more than $30, and you can get it at a decent price. And I still think the Master Grade is better, but the Real Grade wasn't that bad at all. I'm still happy to have it a part of my collection, and I do hope that going into the future we can get more better representation of 00, or at least better versions of 00 Riser out there. So I'm One-on-One Smith, and I will see you later. Peace!